So kumekuwa na hii rumor, kumekuwa na hii news ilikuwa na trend jana or early today asubuhi that Raila Odinga meeting in consultation meeting in Kisii iliingia maji, like people boycotted from attending that meeting, and it was according to the news kwa ground wanasema like event ilikuwa iwekwe place open, but it ended up to be like in a room, so it was like a boardroom meeting there at Kisii. So it's like people are saying that even the Kisii people are saying that Raila it's time they shift attention from Raila Odinga, bearing in mind right now we have someone like Matiang'i who is planning to vie for the MP seat, not MP so but for the presidency, and also we have Maraga has announced that he has kuna ile ana nini unajua ile hinting that he'll be vying for presidency come 2027. So we have Maraga is from Kisii region, and we have Matiang'i from Kisii region. So it's like those people, two people wamenyang'anya Raila in some way upepo ama wamenyang'anya nguvu pale Kisii County. Tuko na Caleb Amisi Ahoila go amesema, I don't blame Raila Odinga at all. I blame those who have consistently refused to vote for him 5 times. He has presented himself on the ballot. He is a human being, not an angel. Let's leave Baba to rest and let youths go to the street and continue the fight for a better Kenya. It's obnoxious to continue blaming him. It only shows how weak you are and how dependent you are on him.
Interesting comment there from MP Caleb Amisi. Well, he might be having that mindset as a result of what happened in the year 2022. Mm-hmm. You can remember how vigorous, how aggressive the campaign was in the year 2022.
Yeah.
You can remember that, and how there was a lot of talk around Raila Amolo Odinga, a lot of insults around Raila Amolo Odinga, and why he shouldn't be voted in. So I don't think that it's good for the same people. You see a person like Rigathi Gachagua. Sometimes I look at this man and I'm like, I remember what Eric Latif said, that right now he now puts himself as the high priest of good politics in this country. And you remember he was involved in actually almost killing the members of the ODM party in the year 2022 during the elections, not during the elections, but during the ODM demonstrations. And he was working with the police and working towards ensuring that these leaders who are in the ODM party who are leading demonstrations were taken to custody, but they never found the likes of Raila Amolo Odinga. Now, when I listen to what Rigathi is saying, and now he is now outing President Ruto for who it really is and blaming him because he's a man who was told to do things that were not right. I really can't believe him. I can't. Absolutely not. Because the way he conducted himself ever since he stepped into the government is somebody who is worth not to be trusted. Let him remain to be a kingmaker, but Gen Z is out there. Please look for a leader that you can trust, a leader who will take care of your interests, a leader who will do your bidding, not just anybody who is speaking tribal rhetoric. He was spewing a lot of tribal rhetoric, and so he needs to own up to his character, and he needs to change. If Rigathi Gachagua, maybe he could be a kingpin in the gamer community, but he needs to think of how he's going to ensure that there is nationalism
Okay.
even as he wants the Kenyans to drain the swamp come year 2027.
Yeah, so we have someone like Martha Karua, actually Martha Karua, saying that we cannot keep speculating, right? Speculating. Right now, Raila has one leg in government and one in opposition. It is untenable and against the law. He has to make up his mind together with his party, either be inside by forming a post-election coalition or be outside with the opposition. That's the ultimatum that Martha Karua has made to Raila Odinga. And according to this coalition, maybe I can say agreement with between Raila Odinga and Ruto. Will he still maintain that he is still in opposition, ama he will be in opposition still and or in government? Before proceed, kuna two comments, kuna comments hapa. Gilbert Chepkonya anasema mimi niko na furaha yangu yote, of course, and Richard Omolo anasema this is what we call political game. Raila's political password is opening different way. And tuko na Johnson Kamau wanasema Ruto, itabidi uheshimu Raila maishani mwako. Huyo mzee anastahili kuheshimiwa hadi kaburi lake. Okay, thank you for your comment. So even there's that sentiment by Martha Karua, and earlier today also we saw KASMUEL. The people say call him KASMUEL, but it's KASMUEL MCOURE. And anasema we agree on issues, we disagree on the approach. All of us want good governance. If we reduce this country to the hatred of President Ruto, it will be the surest win for him in 2027 because he has proven he rises against the odds. I would trust Ruto over Gachagua.
That's KASMUEL MCOURE.
So what do you think about do you think that so, according to his statement, I can read that he's trying to say that the hatred that we are giving Ruto is the one that will propel him to the presidency come 2027 still, which according to me is not true. Remember the times of President Moi, the hatred that people had towards Moi in the 2002 elections, and people ended up winning over President Moi. So I don't think these are an honest move. I think right now he's just playing on the tune of Raila, since right now he's the Youth League president in ODM. It's KASMUEL MCOURE. So I don't think I don't see a situation where KASMUEL MCOURE will say anything that is against what Raila Odinga is standing for right now.
Completely.
It's like now what the master is saying, that's what we go with it as his followers.
Yep.
Yeah, so we remember that during the times of the Gen Z protests, the way he used to be vocal against President Ruto's government, yep. And now making this statement.
Well, he is learning the way of politics.
Okay.
Yes, so politics is a game of having no permanent enemies. And I want to say something about what Martha Karua said. That he's saying that it is untenable for the ODM party or for Raila Amolo Odinga to have one foot in the government and have one foot in the opposition. So he needs to make up his mind so the Kenyan people can see where he is. Well, I remember there is one individual, he's a law student who was being interviewed by Jeff Koinange, and he made a very interesting statement because it was the young people who were being interviewed at the time, and they were being asked about Raila Amolo Odinga and the AUC bid and why he lost and all that. Okay. And then one of the panelists, Jeff Koinange, asked the young people, I remember the Siasa Place CEO was there as well, and also a lady who works in the youth for the government was also there. Then KASMUEL MCOURE was there, and this other young man was a law student, and he made a very interesting remark. KASMUEL MCOURE was asked, is ODM or is Raila Amolo Odinga in the government? And he said, and he actually asked Jeff Koinange, where are the papers that show that Raila Amolo Odinga is in the government? He's not in the government. Well, this other individual, the law student who was there as a panelist, this is what he said, and I quote, ODM party is not in the government de jure.
Meaning?
ODM party is in the government de facto. De jure means according to rightful entitlement or claim by right. It means that ODM party was not voted in as the government. So that means ODM is not in government de jure. Right? He's a law student. And he also said ODM party is in the government de facto. Meaning that right now, it is by fact. Facts are out there that the government has included ODM by having the likes of Joho, having the likes of Mbadi, having the likes of who is this other minister? Wandai.
And Oparanya.
They are that is by fact. So ODM is in the government de jure, is not in the government de jure. ODM is in the government de facto.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's an interesting turn of events, because right now it's like the tides are rising very fast. The tides are rising very fast, considering that the Gen Z protest was just like the other day. And there is that thing that you said about now Raila Odinga teaching the Gen Zs on how to claim for their rights. You understand? So my question is, how can you teach some people to protect themselves from something or from someone, and then you go join that person that you have taught people to fight? That's interesting. Like this issue is not maybe making sense, and kuna hii rumor pia imekuwa ikitrend